The Boys Season 5, Episode 6. Ending. Explained why Soldier Boy does that. With just 2 episodes remaining, The Boys is the most intriguing it has ever been, especially after Soldier Boy's latest game-changing decision. Ever since returning in Season 5, Soldier Boy has played a major role in The Boys' story, once again becoming a central antagonist, despite the ongoing tension with his son, Homelander. The two have had back and forths all season, as, despite starting as allies, Homelander and Soldier Boy fought during the Boys' Fort Harmony episode, only to end last week's episode on good terms. However, their alliance was tested once again, as Sister Sage planted a video for Homelander and Soldier Boy to find regarding Stormfront. This highlighted the truth about what happened to Soldier Boy's former lover and the secrets Homelander was hiding, putting the two at odds once again. After this revelation, it seemed like Soldier Boy could even be the one to kill Homelander in The Boys Season 5, especially since he is one of the few characters strong enough to do so. The fact that he showed up to confront Bombsight after Sage called him further indicated that he wanted to destroy the V1, ensuring Homelander didn't become immortal and was instead vulnerable to the soup virus. Shockingly, though, Soldier Boy opted to give his son the substance instead, allowing Homelander to inject it into his blood, making him stronger than ever. Not only did this completely ruin the boys' plan, but it also surprised Sage, the show's smartest character. As a result, everyone resisting Homelander just had their world shattered, while the central villain looks almost impossible to kill, making it crucial to know the truth behind Soldier Boy's show-altering decision. Having explicitly stated he didn't want Homelander to become immortal and that he didn't deserve the V1, it naturally took something big to change Soldier Boy's mind, especially after seeing the tape of Homelander and Stormfront. Ironically, it was Stormfront that inspired this change of heart, as Soldier Boy believed she would have wanted Homelander to have the V1. While the truth about Soldier Boy and Liberty's relationship in The Boys hasn't been explored in detail, their Vought Rising spin-off will inevitably provide more insight into their deep connection. However, considering she was a Nazi who continued to push these beliefs after rebranding as Stormfront, it's a surprise that a proud American like Soldier Boy thinks so fondly of her. Still, his feelings for Liberty remain strong even after her death, since he was willing to put his hatred towards Homelander aside and give him the V1. He outright revealed that it's what Stormfront would have wanted, which is presumably the only reason he made this choice, perhaps other than Homelander being his son. That said, he's never expressed much pride in Homelander and even described the main antagonist as an asexual weirdo, confirming that if not for Stormfront, he would have almost certainly shattered the V1 in front of his son's very eyes. Instead, he conceded that Homelander was even stronger than he was and willingly gave him this powerful substance. Before Homelander injected it, he questioned Soldier Boy's decision, stating, "But you hate me," to which Soldier Boy replied, "I loved her more." The duo's interaction therefore proves that Soldier Boy was essentially willing to doom Earth to carry out Stormfront's vision through Homelander, creating a frightening scenario ahead of the final 2 episodes. Sister Sage has been pulling the strings ever since she joined the boys in Season 4. After being recruited by Homelander, she successfully helped him amass a cult following among certain sections of the public and essentially allowed him to take control of America, without even informing him of her full strategy. Still, despite being the smartest character in the entire series, she isn't immune to errors, which Soldier Boy's decision proved. She called him to where the boys planned on confronting Bombsight so that Soldier Boy could convince his former foe to hand over the V1, where Sage expected him to destroy it. Unfortunately, her prediction was wrong, even after Ashley read Soldier Boy's mind, indicating that there was an oversight somewhere. The most rational explanation behind her error is that she simply didn't realize quite how much he loved Stormfront, assuming that the tape she planted would make him angry and end any relationship between Soldier Boy and Homelander. Clearly, she knew Soldier Boy's former romance had a big impact on him, but underestimating how deep his love for Stormfront lies backfired massively. That said, there is a chance this is all still a part of Sister Sage's plan in The Boys, as she may have been lying about her true intentions and could have another trick up her sleeve. Sage herself mentioned to the boys that they shouldn't trust her, which could have been a direct message to the audience as well. However, considering her plan with Thomas Godolkin also went wrong in Gen V Season 2, it remains just as likely that Sage became overconfident and missed a crucial detail in her quest to pit Soups and humans against each other. We may not get the actual truth until episode 7 or 8, and that's assuming we find out at all, but as of now, Sage's overconfidence feels like the leading reason behind overlooking Soldier Boy's change of heart, unless the whole thing is one big act on her end. Now that The Boys Season 5's V1 storyline is all but over since Homelander managed to acquire and inject the substance, it's difficult to see a way to kill him. The Soup virus is no longer an option, and despite how strong Kimiko, Annie, and Butcher are, none of them seems remotely capable of going toe-to-toe with the villain. Therefore, audiences may be wondering if Homelander can actually be killed. Fortunately, the answer is yes, as there are a handful of ways the boys' main antagonist can be defeated. Firstly, Soldier Boy still has the ability to take away Homelander's powers, even though he has V1 in his system. We saw him remove Bombsight's powers, proving that V1 doesn't make a Soup immune to this unique ability. As a result, if someone managed to convince Soldier Boy to turn on his son once again, this would be perhaps the most surefire way of making him extremely vulnerable, allowing practically anyone to finish him off. This isn't the only way he can be defeated, though. Despite most Soups being unable to compete with the villain, we did see Ryan practically kill Stormfront, meaning under the right circumstances, he could potentially do the same to his father. The last time these two fought, Homelander won with ease, but if Ryan were to catch him off guard, there's a chance he could do some real damage. The true capabilities of Butcher's powers have also not been tested. We saw him kill Victoria Newman effortlessly, yet he struggled to lay a finger on Bombsight. As things stand, he'd likely be beaten in a straight-up fight, but perhaps Butcher could find a way to enhance his powers, even if it costs him his life. There's still the slim chance someone like Queen Maeve could come back, who has made Homelander bleed previously, meaning while things look bleak, Homelander is still mortal. Alongside wrapping up around 7 years' worth of story, The Boys is also setting up its next spin-off, which Season 5, Episode 6's big showdown setup. Not only will Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash star as Soldier Boy and Liberty respectively, but Mason Dye will return as Bombsight, having just made his debut. We learned that he has some serious history with Soldier Boy, and that they were longtime rivals, suggesting this will play into Vought Rising's overall story. Presumably, Soldier Boy and Liberty's romance will also take center stage, making the former's decision to give Homelander V1 a direct teaser for the 2027 show. Understandably, some fans may be critical that Season 5 has focused a little too heavily on Vought Rising. But Soldier Boy has been a highlight, and his latest encounter with Homelander is both crucial to his prequel and the ongoing plot. Considering The Boys Season 5 hinted at Quinn's potential Vought Rising role and has dropped several other nods to the upcoming project, there are clearly big hopes for the spin-off's future. Hopefully this groundwork is enough to get audiences interested, allowing the final episodes to simply focus on providing a satisfying conclusion to The Boys' main story. Given that Soldier Boy and Homelander's confrontation following the fight with Bombsight was one of Season 5's biggest moments yet, it's clear The Boys is still well on its way to delivering a solid ending, despite prepping its spin-off. Thank you for watching. Write what you think about it, subscribe to the channel,